So if you're not aware, I've been doing a 9-hole match play series against Kyle that works here in the studio, and I'm currently losing. There are 7 episodes. If you want to get your teeth into them, please do go and have a look. But I need to make some changes to my game, and I need to make a practice plan to catch up with him. Now there's a few stages I want to go through in this practice plan. Now the swing changes that I'm making won't be specific or relevant to you. They might help, but it's more the process that I go through from making a change to my swing, implementing it on the golf course, and then trying to score with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at my technique. Now my feedback is watching my own YouTube videos to see what my swing's doing, and then it might take a week or so for me to edit that video and then get some feedback to make a change, and then another week later I'm then making that change. So it takes a little while for me to do that because I don't have a coach watching my swing. So very quickly, the fault that I'm seeing in my own swing is that I slide my head back and I slide my whole body back, and then I get inside here and I flip through the ball and I get a big draw. So I get more draw spin than I would like. And if someone's hitting a slice, that's not a bad move to be this side of the ball and releasing the club through it to help get rid of that slice or that push. But swing changes I'm making is I'm getting my sternum to the left of the golf ball, and I need to then keep that point there as I take the club away. I don't want to slide on the way back, so that's my specific swing change. I'm staying left of the ball. I'm feeling less movement on this bit here. I keep that there, and I get through the ball. I still get a little bit of draw, but I'm not getting something trigger happy and uncontrollable. And if I need to hit a fade, I'm more in line with a neutral flight to then encourage a fade if I need to, if I want to play around with the shape of the shot. That might be a bit advanced for you, but that's just where I am. Now the first point here is that I'm going to use blocked practice. Now blocked practice is where you use one club and you have one target and you do one thing on a repeated number of shots. So I would stand here with my 7 for a certain amount of time or a certain amount of golf balls, and I will repeat the same thing to try and ingrain the difference. I might get some feedback, I might get some drills. You might want to see a PGA professional or a golf coach and get them to help you with what changes you need to make. But once you've determined what changes you need to make, what do we do next? How do we get it on the golf course? Where do we go from there? But imagine I've stood here and hit 100 balls doing the same thing. It could be quite boring, to be fair. But blocked practice, same club, same target, just going swing changes. And there I've obviously not made the change enough. However, I do spend all day with a lot of people moving the ball out to the right hand side, and I demonstrate the correction for it quite a lot. So that's possibly where my swing fault has come in, because I'm demonstrating the opposite problem for lots of people. So I've had 2 shots there, they've gone too far left. I haven't done the change enough, so I really need to get left of the ball here. I really want to go one piece here, so I'm not moving anything. I'm just rotating my shoulders to the edge of that mat. I rotate my shoulders there, nothing else wants to move. Keep my nose left of the ball. And I've neutralized the shot. It's not going as far left. I need to repeat that feeling, that movement, to get rid of my faults and ingrain the new flight I want to create. But that would be blocked practice. Once you've spent loads of time doing that block practice, depends on your schedule, depends on your work-life balance, whatever it is. Once you've ingrained that change, we then want to go to varied practice. Now, varied practice would be where we do that movement, but we do it with different clubs every time. If you're on a driving range, I like to play an imaginary course on the range. I might imagine myself playing my home course as a kid. I might hit the drive on the first shot, so I've got my driver going at something on the range. Then I might go, okay, from there I'll probably get about a 9-iron into the green. So I'll grab a 9-iron, then I'll pick a different target and I'll move myself around and I'll hit my 9-iron at that target. If that hits my target, I'm good. I go to the next hole in my mind. On something like a simulator, you might just want to play golf course, literally just go on the golf course on here, play a few holes, and then you're trying to implement your swing change on those holes. And a good tool to help you keep those swing changes in place on the golf course is your practice swing. If you can get a really good functionality from your practice swing, it can help you maintain the swing change for longer in the round of golf. If you go 9 holes with no purposeful practice swings and you just start hitting the ball willy-nilly and not really thinking about it, your chances are you will go back to old habits. If I'm 6 holes in and I haven't done a single practice swing, I'm just going to go back and I'm going to go into my natural swing that I was doing before that I want to get rid of. So let's use the practice swing. Let's imagine I'm hitting a proper golf ball. I'm hitting a proper shot. I'm on the ball here. I've got the swing change I'm trying to put in and I feel that change as though I'm hitting a shot. Then I can step forward. The feeling is fresh and I repeat that same feeling. I've got more chance to get my new swing onto the ball because I've rehearsed it. If you spend 3 good holes, really good practice swings and see how your results are, I'd put this success and failure in whether you did the practice swing, not on how well you hit the ball. And because I'd freshly rehearsed that shot, the shot was much better because it was literally done 2 seconds before. So I start off with my blocked practice. You might do that for an hour, you might do it for 2 weeks. Then I transition into my varied practice where I change the target, I change the club. And I use my practice swings to encourage the swing change and then put that into a target. Thirdly, this could be more advanced and it could depend on the facilities that you have around you and available to you. But I want to know how far each club goes and how often it goes that far. Now for most golfers with medium to high swing speeds, I'd be looking at the carry that you get on the ball. So how far the ball travels in the air. If you're maybe a lower swing speed player, you're not going to put as much energy into the ball and that's absolutely fine. You might hit the golf ball along and it lands and then it rolls a lot. If you can get an idea of like some raw data in a studio or on a launch monitor where you see how far the ball rolls out, you've then got a baseline number to kind of work from. If you go in here and your 7-iron goes 130 yards, fine. On the golf course, you might get the first 3 holes where you get that yardage and you hit that club and it goes 10 yards short for 3 holes in a row. That could be the conditions on the day that are causing that to happen, but then you've at least got a baseline to go, okay, that club is 10 yards short today. Keep on your fundamental yardages that are based on data, because when the ground gets a bit harder, it might go slightly further, but at least you've got a baseline number to go from. One way I like to kind of play around with this is like in the winter, if I've got yardages on my watch or you've got an app on your phone that gives you front, middle and back yardages, if the ball's not going as far when it's wet and cold and horrible, you might pick the back yardage of the green and hit your normal club to that yardage and let the elements bring it back to the pin. In the summer, when the ground's nice and hard, you might pick the front yardage of the green and then you hit your shot to that front yardage and just let the ground that's harder roll the ball up to the hole. So you've got a basis to work from. So on this small selection of shots there, I went back to my old swing here, 177 carry. The other carries are very different. As it happens, the average carry that I had with this club was 177 before I started changing my swing. So I've gone back to my old swing and I've got my old result. Now I've put swing changes in, my carries are different. I've got a different projection onto the target. I've got a different result. If I ignore that 177, without this 177, which was the old swing, my average is now 190. So I've got a different result. If I stand there from 177 with my new swing, I'm going to send the ball long. And then I might be fighting with, why did it go long? Is it this? Is it that? Is it that? Well, it's just because my new swing change. So I do need to go through all the clubs in my bag to see how far they're going. And I will go through the whole bag to get my new yardages because there is a change. And then I can plan and strategize around the golf course based on how far these clubs are going. I don't really mind what the swing does with my pupils as long as they're hitting the target as often as possible and they're aware of what happens on their bad shots, how they get their good shots. You get more feedback, you progress much quicker when you do that. And if someone hits their 7-iron 120 yards, fine, so be it. If you know it goes 120 yards, you can play and plan for it. My mum plays off an 8 handicap. She's a very good golfer. She used to be off 4 or 5. But she knows how far her clubs go and she plots it down the middle. She can strategically map her way around a golf course and get the ball in the hole pretty well. So I'm fairly happy with my swing changes there. In the next video, I'm going to go through how far each club goes. But another point is that if you get a good swing and a good shot 2 times out of 10, don't panic. as you progress, as you practice, as you play more golf, you want to get your perfect shot 3, 4, 5 times out of 10. Eventually you want to get to 7, 8, 9 times out of 10, but there's always going to be the odd shot that just goes somewhere else and doesn't behave itself. Stay on your swing change, stay on the same chain of thought. Don't try and get new ideas, because that can give you more variance from one week to the next. Stay on the same path. You're just trying to get the good stuff to happen more frequently, and then you can potentially get to the next level of your handicap or the next level of your targets that you're trying to hit. So stay tuned for my yardages if you're really that interested, and I'll see you on the next video. Does it carry 190? What have I got? What have I got? 191. Yep. 7 irons, 190. Give or take a yard.